why don't we have that already? Let's bring in South Dakota's Governor Kristi Noem to talk about the border. Good morning to you, Governor.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on your show.
Well, thanks for coming on. Beautiful backdrop there of Mount Rushmore. I know you went down to the border recently. You're sending your National Guard out to help impacted states, and you called this border crisis a human tragedy. Why?
It is. I went down there to visit my National Guard. I sent about 48 soldiers down there 30 days ago. We just extended that another 30 days. They are in the most critical part of the southern border where we see a lot of trafficking of humans and a lot of trafficking of drugs crossing that's impacting our state and the entire Midwest and country, besides what you guys have been talking about all morning, and that's the illegal aliens that are coming over that border by the tens of thousands. So my Guard was perfectly suited for this mission. They also work very well with the Texas National Guard and local Border Patrol, but they're alarmed as well as I am by what's happening down there and how this facilitation of in-migration is happening by the White House.
Sure. You were called out by Dr. Anthony Fauci because Sturgis is evidently something he wasn't invited to. It's a problematic. Even outdoors on a motorcycle, you would think would be one of the safest places to be. Listen to what he said about one of the most important events in your state.
It's understandable that people want to do the kinds of things they want to do. They want their freedom to do that. But there comes a time when you're dealing with a public health crisis that could involve you, your family, and everyone else, that something supersedes that need to do exactly what you want to do.
Governor?
It's shocking to me that he continues to pick on Republican governors, people who love their freedoms, and he ignores what's happening at the border. I didn't hear him criticize President Obama for having a party for his birthday. I didn't hear him go after the other concerts that have been happening in this country, or the complete ignoring of our federal laws by this open border policy that President Biden has embraced. Dr. Fauci's become political, and I think it's unfortunate because there's going to be a point in time again here where we're really going to need our public health officials and know we can trust them. And he has discredited his entire profession by the positions that he's taken during this pandemic.
Sure. And, you know, it is curious. There does seem to be a double standard. You're absolutely right. He talks about Sturgis. He does not talk about the former president's big party or Lollapalooza in Chicago being potential super spreader events. And he doesn't talk about what is going on the southern border, because you look at the facts, and apparently a week ago today, Joe Biden got a briefing from his Department of Homeland Security and was told that about a quarter of the people coming into the country illegally have COVID. They don't test everybody, but the ones they test, a quarter have COVID, which is unbelievable. And yesterday, the mayor of Laredo, Texas, said that every day, because there's so many people coming into their town, they've got to spend $10,000 a day to bust them out, and nobody is tested. So people are leaving Laredo, Texas. We don't know if they've got COVID, and then they go to Austin and Houston, and some probably wind up in South Dakota.
Steve, when I was down there, I was just down there for one day. We got a phone call. I was with the Border Patrol and my National Guard. They got a phone call from a local sheriff that said, hey, I've got 50 COVID positive illegal aliens here that I'm holding at a local baseball field. What can I do with them? Yeah. Border Patrol said, I don't know what to do with them. And they said, I don't know what to do. We don't have any space. We're full. A nonprofit that usually takes these individuals didn't want to take them because they were all COVID positive. And that was literally the discussion that our Border Patrol officers were having with local law enforcement there, as in they've got this crisis created by somebody who's thousands of miles away in Washington, D.C., and every day their life is hell. Their life is hell because they're trying to make the right decisions, and they're not giving the authorities to go forward and to really deal with it and do the right thing. So this is a tragedy. It's a public health crisis. It's a national security crisis. What this White House is doing is they're trying to destroy America by ignoring our laws. And we know if we're a nation without laws, a nation without a border, that we're no nation at all. And so it's alarming to me. We should be talking about it. And the hypocrisy of how they go after, and Dr. Fauci goes after certain individuals and not others, it's wrong. And the American people need to wake up.
Now, let's just see if he comments, because they're supposed to have this big concert in Central Park in New York City.
That's right.
I don't know if he wants to be critical or not, but I'd love to see him take that on, because he seems to like riots and demonstrations.
Well, the motorcycle bike rally is going great. We're going to have up to about 1 million people here in South Dakota. We always love it when people come and see us in our beautiful country. And all these folks, they're patriots. They love this country. They love the fact that they can take some personal responsibility and go spend some time with people that they love. And so I enjoyed going on a motorcycle ride with them and spending time with them, having charity auctions we participated in. It's been a good week.
And you allow lemonade stands there. The kid who's
We
become
do.
famous for serving the bikers lemonade.
I went to see Wyatt and his family, and I was standing there. There's lines and lines of people waiting to donate to St. Jude's that this little boy had organized. He already had a dirt bike donated to him, but they are lining up, and these folks are getting off their motorcycles, handing him $100, giving him a hug, and thanking him for thinking of other people and for raising money for other people. And so these people have big hearts and are there supporting a young man who's doing the right thing.
Let's talk, Governor, about a young woman by the name of Tamira Mensah-Stock. Team USA wrestler, she won the gold. She said this about a week ago. She said, I love representing the U.S. I freaking love living there. I love it, and I'm so happy I get to represent USA. She was on with Sean last night and said this. Watch.
My mom raised us to be respectful, and my dad was an immigrant, and he came from Ghana. He came to America, and he made a way for himself. Like he had a whole bunch of businesses, and like he made nothing out of something, or he made something out of nothing. And I just know that if you go out and get what you want, nothing can stop you. So I guess like just from those kind of parents in my life, I just have love for my country.
She has love for her country, and unfortunately, she's the exception. We didn't really hear that many U.S. athletes say, I love America.
Well, here's the difference, Steve, that you're talking about, is the fact that, she loves her country. She was raised with character, integrity. She has gifts and talents. She talked about her family. And that's the conversation we need to start having in this country is strong families. That parents need to be parents. They need to spend time with their kids. If you're having problems with your children, spend time with them. Make them be with you. That's the people that have time with our children are the ones that influence them. And so we have to start talking about the problems in this country stem from families that are struggling, and we need to start building into them to create a stronger environment at home so these kids can be more successful in the future.
Yeah, Governor Walker Hayes has a song out called Fancy Like, and all the kids are learning this dance now and posting
Why is she laughing, I wonder?
Because we know that you did this. Tell us the story about this video that we're watching.
Oh, we had about a half hour when we were at our cabin in the Black Hills for a little bit, and I said to my kids, what are these reels on Instagram? We started watching them. We saw one, and they said, do you think you can learn that? And I said, I don't know. We got 20 minutes. Let's try. So what you saw was a little experiment by somebody who isn't a very good dancer.
You are good.
Oh, you are great.
Are you
good.
Kidding? We tried to learn this at the beach, and no one really got it except for one of my friends. You're good. 20 minutes.
Well, it was fun. We had a good afternoon.
And are you thinking, my wife and I watch the reels all the time because it's just a nice distraction. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Are you planning your next dance move?
I could. I guess we'll see how America reacts. That was not very impressive, but I can keep practicing. We'll see how much free time I get.
There you go. All right. Governor, thank you very much. From South Dakota, we know for sure.
Thanks, you.
Governor.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
You.
Hey, Jillian, have you tried it yet?
No. I was going to say, Brian, you could do that because you wouldn't technically be on a dance floor. You could do it anywhere.
On a
From the
deck?
comfort of your home.
Right.
That's actually the first time I ever saw this in person. I think it's a lot harder.
Yeah,
than,
I'm good.
What are the dance that I really made my name with was the hustle, and I also, what's another one? The waltz? Do the waltz?
The electric slide.
Electric slide, that's a good one. But this looks difficult.
It does.
Yeah,
she does a great job.
And she goes in front.
And this is a social media trend right now with the reels on
You go back,
Instagram.
back.
It's just a lot of people
Go back
dancing.
twice, back
people
twice,
all over
swing,
the country.
swing, cross, lift your leg up. Go off.
Ainsley, I feel like you can do this.
That's
I have
right.
confidence in you.
I learned it, but we didn't really focus on it too long, but I could learn it. You could definitely learn it, Jillian. I bet you can do it.
We had Walker on our show.
I know.
Could have gotten the lesson right there.
True. Okay, well, you guys continue to study those dance moves and then give us a live performance
I think we've
after
seen
the
enough.
headline.